So I really need somebody to hold this, but I'm gonna hold it myself. I'm gonna post this because this is a tale of inspiration. Okay, I want this to inspire somebody. Okay, because a lot of people see pictures and stuff I put on Facebook and they think that, yeah, you're doing great. And I've seen people put stuff on here when they're sick or somebody died in their family and they want everybody to pray for them. Well, I don't want you to pray for me when I'm doing well. I want you to pray for me when I'm doing well and doing bad. I want you to continue to pray for me because I'm not a perfect person. So I'm going to share this with y'all while I'm back in Durham. So 2015, I was charged with a DUI and I drove buses. So I lost my job. I got raced. I shouldn't have drove. I had 2 beers. I shouldn't have been driving, but I did. I got racially profiled and I lost the case. I waited a year to go to court. So by the time I went to court and got convicted in 2018, 2017, my birthday had come, and so I had to start to do the CDL process all over again. When I got my license in 2018, I had to start all over. So I just waited. When I got my license in 2018, I didn't get the CDLs. I got a regular license, and I waited. And I said, so I'm gonna just go. You know, I'm gonna go back to Philly, and I'm gonna wait till about 3 years. I said 3 years from this time, which would be 2021. That was 2018. I said, boom. I come back and get the CDLs because you had like 6 months to take the driving test when you get your CDLs. So making a long story short, I came back down here July 2000. Now before all this now, from 2017 when I got convicted, 2016 I got the charge. 2017 I was convicted of the charge. 18, 19, 21, now I'm just trying to survive. I'm doing all kinds of jobs. I'm talking about with people ready, digging ditches and construction and building stuff in the stores, and I'm doing crazy stuff I never thought I'd do in my life. Now, I didn't even know people work like some of these jobs I've had because I stayed by, I couldn't do this shit but a day or two. It's just ridiculous. It's too physical, and some of the stuff that people talk to you like pure trash. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wasn't having most of that all the time, but I had to do a lot of things. I mean, thank God I had to sell my body because it got to that point sometime where I don't know where I'm gonna pay this bill. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. It was many times I was so depressed I wanted to commit suicide, but good things kept happening. Then bad things would go on for a while. Then one good thing would happen to keep me going. Then mostly bad stuff would happen. Then one good thing would happen to keep me trying to stay positive and optimistic. But for the most part, it was trial, tribulation, and turmoil. You know what I'm saying? They got to pardon me, I'm at work. So anyway, I came and got my license in July of this year. I got my CDL permit. Came down from Philadelphia now. I drove all the way down here. Got the CDL permit in July of 2021. And I took the test, everything, paid like $70. And I applied for Triangle Transit. I applied for Go Durham. Now, I drove for Go Durham like 8 years before I lost my CDLs. So, Go Durham, Chapel Hill Transit. I went back to Philly. So I get a call from Chapel Hill Transit. I'm wondering why I didn't get a call from Go Durham and Triangle Transit, whatever. So I go back to Philly. Chapel Hill Transit called me. They say, we do interview over Zoom and everything. I'm in Philly, they down here in Chapel Hill. We did an interview. I got interviewed by 3 people. The next day they offered me the job. So they told me to come down the next week and sign the offering paper. So I told everybody in Philly, oh yeah, I'm gone, man. I'm going back to driving buses. That's what I was trying to do, and was staying clean and keeping my record straight and everything so I could get back on the bus. Boom. Came down here, got in the room, just a room like this, sort of, with a table. You know what I'm saying? The guy was sitting across from me. Boom. A room like this, you know what I mean? But it's a conference room. So I'm looking at the paper, DOT physical, drug test, background. Boom. Can't have a DUI in 5 years. My DUI is 4 years. June of 2022 be 5 years. So I told him my DUI 4 years old. He said, "Oh, hold on a second." He got his phone. He went out the room. He came back in the room on loudspeaker and had the director of the human resources for the town of Chapel Hill on the phone. She say, "I apologize, Mr. Smith. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I apologize 4 years, and I missed it. You put it on the application, but I didn't catch it. So you can come back next year, but unfortunately, we can't offer you the job at this time." I just driven all night from Philadelphia down here straight to Chapel Hill. Sat in the parking lot about an hour before I had to go in there to sign the paper. You know what I mean? So now I'm like, okay, I'm down here. I done packed up everything. I put my stuff in storage that I had down here in Durham. So I'm like, okay, what I'm going to do? So I just told y'all to tell y'all that I'm working now, but I had to make a quick decision right there on the spot. I couldn't go back to Philly because I gave up where I was living. I gave up my little studio room I was living in. So I was like, oh, man. So I had to call some people and be like, boom, boom, boom. I got to make some arrangements, this, that, and the third. Somebody help me out. Come on. You good. Do for a couple of months, whatever. So that's my situation, man. So when you saw me in the past with a cheesesteak, everything wasn't great. You see a photo on Facebook, I might be happy for that moment, like somebody smoked a blunt or hit a rock. Cheesesteak was my crack. Pizza, big slice of pie was my crack. Now, your crack don't last that long, but you forget all your problems that's going on in the world for that second. That was me. I'm you know what I mean? Anything that I showed you, just a ride out in the country. It's peaceful out here. That was my crack. Because I don't do drugs. So I had to have something to escape from the harsh reality of my world that was so turmoil, trial and tribulation while I was living in Philly. Most of my time up there was horrible. Working in New Jersey in brick plant. I never worked in a brick plant. Like they make concrete center blocks. Like you already know that's heavy. Warehouses. Like I ain't never done this type of work. But I survived. So you don't know what God has in store for you, but keep going, fight again, fight some more, fight forever, fight on, fight till you die, fight to the end, fight until you win.